Ladies and ghouls and Walking Dead fans, welcome to another episode of The Vlogging Dead, where we talk about the episode, or at least this time I'm going to try and talk about the episode. I'm not going to have any reactions in this particular Vlogging Dead, simply because my reactions would have been... Let it be known that I do try to make everybody happy, and I never try to give too much controversy in things, but I will say this episode of The Walking Dead, I didn't enjoy it. I really did not enjoy it. Yes, we learn a little backstory on Morgan as far as, you know, from where we left him, you know, all the way up to basically Terminus when he started following everybody, how he got good at the stick and stuff like that, but I wanted to see what happened to Glenn. I wanted to see all the walkers. I wanted to see what happens to Rick. I wanted to see all that stuff, the interplay there, and instead, I was extremely dissatisfied. I made notes, although the notes really don't make that much difference, I don't think. So, Morgan's place burns down. You find him honing his skills originally in the forest. He creates his little, like, camp in the forest, and he's killing zombies, and he's, like, burning them, which, you know, brings in more zombies, and he's killing them, and then the two kids walk up, and he kills the one and stabs him right in the throat, and blood's like, oh, and the other one says, I'm sorry, and he says, you know you didn't. And I know that a lot of people like Morgan, and I'm not saying that I don't like Morgan, I'm just saying that I wrote down some of the things that Morgan had written in the rocks. Here's not here, which is funny that he should write that on the rock prior to the gentleman Eastman saying it to him later, although he read it from the rocks, I believe. But also clear, also pointless acts, which is what this episode was. So Morgan stumbles upon the cabin in the woods, and he finds Eastman, and, you know, they have it out or whatever, and Eastman gives him the book, The Art of Peace, and it's kind of like, it's been referred to as Jedi, it's been referred to as, you know, I'm referring to it as, what am I referring to it as? It's coming, hold on, The Karate Kid. Ah, Daniel-san! Ah, Mr. Miyagi. That's kind of what I felt that it was. I didn't understand, maybe you guys can help clarify this for me, when Morgan was saying 16 hours and 19 on the floor. What was he meaning by that? That was not even discussed on The Talking Dead tonight. It was funny that the cell wasn't locked. Morgan had a choice between the couch or to go, and of course he tried to kick the dude's ass, and he got his butt whooped, and he broke the plaster drawing that Eastman's daughter had done. That kind of pissed him off, and Eastman almost broke. They were planning on going on a trip, possibly to the islands, to get away from everything. Blah, blah, blah. This really disturbed me. The whole Walker graveyard. I mean, it's kind of like they're trying to do this whole, like, I don't know if the term is chi, but I want to say, chi. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like, don't kill. And it's like, it's a different world now. And maybe I'm just missing the whole point altogether. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sitting here rambling. Again, I don't know. But the Walker graveyard, I'm sorry, but you've got a lot more important things that you need to be concentrating on than spending your energy digging graves for walkers. The interesting point that I found through this whole thing is we hear about Eastman's family, you know, his daughter and his wife, and you think, oh, well, of course they died in the zombie apocalypse. But no, you found out that that is not the case. And that was one of the interesting things about this. But as far as the whole story, except for the rabbit's foot, it doesn't really add, in my opinion, to the overall, it's the zombie apocalypse and people are trying to kick your ass. And Glenn might be dead, but he's not. Eastman didn't want to kill anything, so he made oatmeal burgers. That's why the burger patty in Morgan's cell kind of looked a little weird. For a second, I thought that Eastman was out getting zombies, and he was making zombie burgers. That's what I originally thought. Here's a little faux pas in the whole thing. If you notice when Morgan is saving... I forgot the goat's name because I really didn't care. When he's saving the goat, he makes that choice when he's in his cell and he hears the walker outside and is like, okay, I'll go and save the stupid freaking goat. And he goes outside and he saves the goat and he kills the two walkers and he lands on top of a plant. And later on, Eastman says to him, he says, yeah, you're going to fix that tomato plant too because you broke it. And it actually wasn't a tomato plant. It was a sunflower plant. And the interesting question of the night that was on the Talking Dead, can Morgan Eastman the wolf, or the wolves, basically, can he, like, transfer the wolves from where they are to where Morgan is now, all centered and everything? And I'm going to say no, because the teachings of Eastman were from people that had, like, witnessed things, and they basically became these bad people, not by choice. And I'm pretty sure that the wolves are by choice, even though some of them might have had psychological things happen to them, but it's basically by choice. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Which brings me to my last note, the most important note. After this hour-and-a-half episode of Morgan, we have this, and it sounds like Rick. You see that? Open the gate! Who's Deanna? Sorry. Yeah, so open the gate. Sounds like Rick. Who knows who it is? Post it down in the comments who you guys think is yelling, open the gate. And that's it. So, happy haunting, guys. Hopefully at least for me, hopefully next week's episode will be a little bit more intense. I know that we see Deanna. Speaking of, we see her up in the previews. We see her up in one of the towers, looking at a panel that her ex-husband had made. It was like the first panel, and then she hears people out talking, and yeah, we'll see what happens next time. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye. I want to go sleep now. This episode made me tired.